Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. International breaks suck. It's the Game Week 8 review. Just one manager went into the transfer market this week as things are settling down in the Family Fantasy Football League. This week's edition, we have your Game Week 8 winners and losers, Chairman's Chats, the FFFL Cup review. Last weekend was the first round of matches in the Family Fantasy Football League Cup group stages. How many of the predictions did we get right? And a manager of the season update. It was worth 8 manager of the season points. Did anyone get those points? So your Game Week 8 winners, take a bow. Ostrich Bar Stewards manager Steve Maloney. He was a Game Week loser last week, but he bounced back, climbing one place in the Family Fantasy Football League table up to the heady heights of third from bottom, which is a season high for Ostrich Bar Stewards as things start to look up for the holder of the Family Fantasy Football League Cup. Take a bow also for the second week running, haven't jot a clue manager James Holmes. Jumped 3 places up to 6th in the Family Fantasy Football League. You have to go back to the 21st of April for the last time James was that high in the table. Take a bow also, I've got a life manager Mops Hoxby, the biggest climbers in Game Week 8, up 4 places to 13th. The last time Mops was as high as 13th in the Family Fantasy Football League, way back on the 24th of September 2021. Over 2 years I think Mops has been that high. But the biggest Game Week 8 winner, undoubtedly, Sashhammers FC manager Wayne Robinson, the biggest winner for the second week running. He registered a 3rd weekly win with 40 points in Game Week 8. Nobody else has got more than 1 weekly win. Wayne's already on 3 and he climbed 3 places as a result up to 5th. And you have to go back to the 29th of October 2021 for the last time Wayne Robinson was as high as 5th in the Family Fantasy Football League. They are your Game Week 8 winners. 1 manager of the season point to all of them. Game Week 8 losers, hide your head in shame. 11 Cox manager Simon Hoxby was a Game Week 7 winner, but he's a Game Week 8 loser. The joint biggest falls in Game Week 8, down 4 places to 16th. Hide your head in shame also for the second week running. Legends 23 manager Keith Simons dropped another place down to 21st in the table. You have to go back to the 2nd of September 2022. It's been over a year since Keith has been as low as 21st in the Family Fantasy Football League. Hide your head in shame. The big Bostocoglis manager Niall Ponsford. The joint biggest fallers in Game Week 8 fell 4 places down to 10th. And 10th is the lowest position Niall has ever occupied. Runner-up in his debut season last year, but he's starting to look like a bit of a one-season wonder as he continues to fall down the table. But the biggest Game Week 8 loser, no shame to being on the Game Week loser table, Norfolk and Chance FC manager Angela Addis is back as a Game Week 8 or as a Game Week loser. Game Week 8 loser, down 2 places to 2nd from bottom, 27th. The lowest scorers in Game Week 8, just 7 points, and 27th is a season low for Angela Addis. Where they had them, 1 manager of the season point lost. There is still time to get your question for Jack Hoxby in for our new segment, Chairman's Chats. I'll be sitting down at some point, hopefully very soon, to talk to Jack and pose his questions that you have submitted. Each manager can submit 1 question. So what is the 1 question you really want me to ask Jack? I'll keep them anonymous. And then I'll ask Jack which was his favourite question. And the question he chooses, that manager will earn 3 Manager of the Season points. You just have to send me an email with the subject heading Chairman Chats and your one question that you'd like me to ask Jack. I had about 10 or 11 questions in so far, so it should be good. And when he gets back from his holiday, hopefully we can get that in the diary and do that during the international break. Last week was the first full Premier League fixture weekend in October, which meant it was the first round of games in the FFFL Cup group stage. And I gave my predictions last week. Let's see how I got on. Well, in Group A, I was awful. I didn't get either of my predictions right. They were surprises. No happy endings manager, struggling in 24th in the table, beating Gobi Desert Canoe Club, and Megan Hoxlade Chamberlain struggling down in the relegation zone, beat bottom of the table Pairs United. So there was me thinking that this was a guaranteed qualification for Gobi Desert Canoe Club, being in a group with 3 relegation strugglers, and he lost his opening game. I thought Pairs might beat Megan, but he didn't. Although the good news is for Pairs that as things stand, he's currently one of the 2 best placed third place sides. So he's still a good chance, because it wasn't a heavy defeat, that he can qualify for the next round. Obviously, there's still 2 games to go. You're going to need to win at least 1 game to get through, and obviously 1 game might not be enough depending on how the results go in other groups. Group B, called this all the way. Smashed Norfolk in chance very easily, and Green Top Milk beat Struggling Legends 23. We lead the way in Group B. Group C, I got this one completely wrong. Ontario Grizzlies did beat Benny United fairly convincingly. I thought Benny United would win that one. And Chicken Tikka Mo Salah in his debut season beat struggling Average Joes. I thought the debutant might struggle, so I was wrong there. That's how Group C lines up. Group D, how did I get on here? Well, I didn't call the first one right. I thought Arden Diamonds would smash No Cock for Me, and he didn't. Last season, I kept predicting that No Cock for Me would lose her cup matches, and she kept winning. And it's continuing, because I was sure that high-flying Arden Diamonds would beat No Cock for Me, but he didn't. And in the other game, I got this one right. No effing rude names beating I've Got a Life. They were close games, though. Arden Diamonds up against it in Group D. Group E, called this one all the way. In fact, I didn't call this one all the way. Sash Hammers FC beating Clockhouse Rangers. That's the one I called. And Haven't Jot a Clue beat Masters of None. Oh no, I got those right. I did call them all the way. So Haven't Jot a Clue and Sash Hammers FC topping that group. Sash Hammers FC, and you Haven't Got a Clue, to be honest with you, both with one eye on a league and cup double. They're flying high in the league. Group F, this was Shrimpers FC beating 11 Cocks. I thought 11 Cocks would win that one against Shrimpers FC, struggling. So I got that one wrong. The other one I called, Grease Lightning, easily dispatching Foxborough Foxes. He didn't do it as easily as I thought, but he did. Grease Lightning has an iron grip on this group. Looks fairly comfortable that he'll go through. And in Group G, Ostrich Bar Stewards pulled off a shock, beating Warm Varon FC. I didn't call that one. The other one, the Creed Bratton Society beating the Big Boster Cocklers. That one I got right. So if I top these up, I got a 50% strike rate with my predictions last week. The Creed Bratton Society topping Group G. The cup holders, Ostrich Bar Stewards, have had a good start, but that is well and truly a group of death. So that is your FFFL Cup review. Who the fuck is that? It's worth 8 Manager of the Season points. It is worth 8 Manager of the Season points. It's a picture of a current Family Fantasy Football League manager, and Only 2 managers had a go this week. Benny United manager Mark Benwell thought that was a picture of Chicken Tikka. Mo Salah manager Jordan Jenkins and Hatch United manager Neil Hatch thought that was a picture of no effing rude names Nicola Lee. The camera reveal. Neither of those guesses were correct, so the manager of the season table looks like this. Angela Addis and Niall Ponsford dropped to joint 5th for being game week 8 losers. Mops Hoxby climbs to 4th for being a game week 8 winner, but it is still Jack Hoxby, Stephen Lee and Sarah Goodwin who are joint top of the manager of the season table. That is very close, which is just how we like it. But it could all change because this, who the fuck is that, is now worth 9 manager of the season points. I haven't worked it out, but there can't be that many managers that haven't been guessed now. 9 manager of the season points on offer if you can tell me which current Family Fantasy Football League manager is pictured there. But do not go too early because we are in an international break. God, they're dull. So there is no football this weekend. So no Banter in the Box. Next weekend, it's 2 weeks till your next Banter in the Box fix. So every manager can have one guess between now and the next Banter in the Box in 2 weeks' time. No more than one guess. But if you can tell me which current Family Fantasy Football League manager is pictured there, you will earn 9 manager of the season points, which could change everything in the manager of the season table. That's it. Take care, everyone. Until next time. Bye-bye.